Welcome back to Talk of the Town. We have one of our news partners with us now, Eric Hewitt from the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Monona. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We've got a great topic coming up today, just kind of talking about the differences and the advantages of an independent pharmacy versus a chain pharmacy. So let's start with just an overview of what it means to be an independent versus a chain.
I think, like I said, I'm going to be biased, because I'm an independent owner myself. But I think it's really all about the customer service that you're going to get. I think that independents, and especially us at the Medicine Shop, we really try and get to know our customers on a personal level and really spend the time to get to know them and their medications and operate from a business model that has the patient at the center, where, chain pharmacies are probably going to have more corporate pressures on them on how they're going to structure their day and what they need to get done and that kind of thing.
So they're going to have that more corporate-centric approach, and yours is more patient-centric, which can be enormously helpful to everybody that stops in there. So that's awesome. Yeah. Very good to know. Now, I'm sure that there's a little bit of a cost differentiation in prescriptions or over-the-counter, products between an independent and a chain. So can you tell me how those compare?
I think a lot of people have that, that idea in their head.
Yeah, that was my thought there.
And for the vast majority of them, and now there's some different changes with these Medicare Part D plans, I think that we talked about last month, and having preferred networks and preferred pharmacies. But for the vast majority of people, their insurance companies set the copay. And for a lot of people, it's going to be the same whether you go to these chain pharmacies or you come to the independent pharmacies. So a lot of times, it's not going to be any more in terms of cost. Which is great, because then you can make your decision based on service as opposed to cost.
Certainly, and that is definitely, I think, an important myth to kind of bust there, because just like I thought it, I'm sure a lot of other folks do, so it's really important that they know, hey, your insurance company is kind of usually setting these prices versus the pharmacy, so you're able to decide what works best for you as a patient, where you feel like you have the strongest relationship.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Now, along with that same kind of line of thought with insurance, can they decide or determine which pharmacies you can go to?
Sometimes they do, and that's where the preferred networks come in that I mentioned. Also, there's certain insurance companies out there that force you to go mail order. So you can't even use a local retail pharmacy.
Oh, sure.
And that's, again, all set by the insurance companies. That's not something I can dictate. I can't match prices from a mail order company or anything like that. That's all set by the insurance company, and we have to kind of abide by their rules. And there are a few plans like that out there in the Madison area.
So are you able to match copay prices there then?
Unfortunately not, and that's where that comes in. The insurance company sets that. If I alter the copay, if I say, I'd really like you to come see me, I know the copay is $10, but I tell you what, if you come see me, the first copay is going to be $5. That's actually insurance fraud. You can't do that. So you can't discount copays, you can't match copays if it's going through an insurance.
So there are some insurance constraints to be working within, and maybe if you do have a preferred pharmacy, you want to make sure that you also have insurance that kind of aligns with that and lets you go where best suits your needs.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely a good thing to think about. Now, if you want to figure out whether your insurance does cover the pharmacy that you want to go to, where can you get that information?
The best way to get that information is call the insurance company directly. A lot of times on the back of your insurance card, there'll be a customer service number, and I think that's a great place to start. If you're struggling with that, have issues with that, you can always go to the pharmacy that you're wanting to go to, bring it in to me, and I can call the insurance company on your behalf to make sure we're a participating provider. Or being an independent owner and being involved in all that kind of stuff, a lot of times I can tell you up front, yes, absolutely, we accept your insurance.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's a lot that you typically see coming in the door, they work well, and they work with you. So that's really nice that you can be a resource for your customers, as well as that they can just contact their insurance company outright and say, hey, is this going to work for me? But it's just a little bit of research. They may be able to find out that they have all these options that they weren't aware of before, as far as where they can go to get their prescriptions.
Absolutely. And they can realize that, maybe sometimes it's not more convenient to go to these chains. It may be more convenient to go to your local independent pharmacy and also be treated, the way you want to be treated.
Absolutely. Have someone that knows you and knows your prescriptions too, which can be enormously helpful, especially if you're working with more than one prescription at a time.
Absolutely.
Well, very cool. This was, again, a great topic. Thank you again for coming in, Eric.
Thanks for having me.
Eric Hewitt, our news partner from the Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Monona. We'll be right back with more Talk of the Town.